All right, well, since you works here, we are doing some design work this morning. We have a folder someplace around here. Yeah, we're making 3D plaque from this image and this image. So we're going to work on the snake today for a little while here, probably both, I don't know, but they're kind of fun, a little challenging. So what I've done is I've taken both of these images and make them into SVGs. That way I can import them into Fusion. So I've taken this one and then imported it into Carbide Create. It allows me to a little bit easier clean stuff up. And on here, I've already exported a file, an image, an SVG of like a small area around here, so I can put that into Fusion. And what I end up with is like this bottom section. So I'm going to kind of take all the SVGs and splice them together into here. So when I import them, they're all the same size. I just kind of bring it in, extrude it, do what I need to do with it. But what I wanted to do is just be able to show you how I do that. So I've already done a couple of these here. This is a 3D rendering of some of this. And when I brought this in, I kind of tilted it so it's on an angle. Let's go right. I think if we have kind of sliced that side off so it had tapered to it, and that particular, come on, that's this big A area. So if I want to slice that some more, I would just like hide this part and then reslice it and make those adjustments. But for right now, we just want to create a new sketch. I'm going to click on there, click there, So there's a strong possibility that the stream could just crash. I've got a lot going here. So this is our workpiece. I'm going to go in here and insert an SVG. Go to my computer, and I call this Snake 2, this piece we're going to put in. I just basically have to kind of flip it over like that. Click it. And let the computer do its magic. Takes a few seconds, a few minutes, about a minute or so, but so it kind of locks it up a little bit. Not so much locks it up, but can't really do anything else until that happens. So here we are. So I'm going to finish that sketch so that locks that into place. And now I can extrude that. Basically, I right click on that section, press pull, and I can do a negative or a positive. So we're just taking this out 1/100,000th of an inch. And there, we got it. Rotate around, see how that is. And we definitely want to do more of those, so since they're not all connected, I'm gonna have to select a few, and we're gonna do small amounts because it could take quite a bit. Gotta do some sections. Press pull. 0.1. Now good. Takes a little bit of time to get some of these things done. Starting from an image to getting to the 3D model. Like, there's not a lot of these pieces that are connected. Sometimes you select the wrong thing, it's just better to start over. And I will extrude everything at this point. Some of this may be adjusted, because the piece is 24 by 24 overall. But not every part is really super big. You have to see how it's going to machine out too. Hello? Sometimes you gotta be careful or you'll crash it. And we don't want to do that. So it says I did something wrong, possibly. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's all good. Come on. A lot of individual pieces there. So something didn't like what it was doing. So let's save before we screw it up. Okay. So click off of here. Click. Click. Yeah. That's good. These are both commissions from Modern Barbarian on Twitter. I have links in the description for him. Fair amount of detail in these, but not as bad as I thought. But of course, I'm not quite done yet either. Should we make some progress with this here? Give it a save. I've got one model that we start, that the main one, so once it's done, you get to a certain point, I'll save it as that. And that's one of those times where you want to start over. Sometimes when you bring the SVG in, the lines aren't like fully connected, and that can be annoying. And before I did the stream, I made sure that at least these lines weren't going to cause us trouble. Oh, I hate it when I get to a certain point. Now I can do this in a different way also, which is usually the easier way. So you can press pull, and then you can go in and select the items. What I was doing was selecting them by... Now that one looks like it's bad. That one also. Since that shape isn't complete, it won't allow me to select it to extrude. So Go 0.1 and extrude that. And there we are. We'll go back and fix those. That's how you make a hole. Right, come on. What are you doing? Right, whatever. Oh, you know why? Because I was still on the piece. If I go off the piece, then I can select the items I want to do. Point 1. Right. So that particular part is now in part of the model. We'll save that and we'll hide the sketch. Hide sketch. So, yeah. So it's starting to come up pretty good. And we have a couple options when we start machining it also. I can do a parallel cut on it. Which would be going back and forth over it. Or I can start machining it out and then going to that point. I'll have to decide at that point. Depends on the time it will take to do. So like these areas in here, so I can then, if I wish, make these areas higher or lower. My intention a little earlier was to do some rounding on that, but I might not be able to. So we'll see. We get the basic design into the model and go from there. I'll go back to the carbide. I'm gonna go in here. I want to select that. I want to select the head area. I will capture some of the other stuff, but I'm gonna copy that. Paste that over here. And then there's quite a bit of that I don't need. Don't know if I need that. But anything we need we can add in, put back on. This is part of the Nice to clear up some of those little dots, but we are not using those. Come on. The nice things about using Fusion for this kind of stuff is I have the ability to simulate. There's also a lot of simulating something like this piece on stream. I couldn't do that. It would take too many resources. This is kind of what I do when I do those state park maps and stuff like that, the simulation rendering of that. Go through this process, you import SVGs, then you know what it's going to be like. It's also kind of nice to be able to do it. But the one thing that I don't enjoy doing with different programs is everything has a different key for whatever reason. So we got Snake 2, we're going to call this Snake 3. Okay, I'm gonna save that because my snake 1. It takes time to save. Do have some music in the background. All right, we're back to this point. Go to the top. We'll make another sketch. Click on there. Create sketch. It's giving us a little bit of time. I think you can hear the music. This is music from Master Planner Plays. He made music available for streamers. So I use it for this and for the City Skylines play. But as you can see, as we get a little bit more complex of a model here, it takes more time for this to compute. Maybe why I don't always stream this stuff. But it's good to get the models done. They take a little bit of time. Looks like it's going relatively easy here, but I've actually done some background work to make sure that wasn't going to be a horrible stream. Which apparently it is. So we just sit here staring at this little blue circle going. I could edit another sketch is what I could do, but see what's going on with this. There we go. That's not too long. So we'll insert another SVG, go to the computer, and we are using Snake 3. Oh, we forgot. It's okay. Same size. Usually I kind of leave it so it's in the model and I just bring it over. That way the placement is correct. So this is actually an interesting part of the design. So we're gonna say okay. It is, since it is a, it's gonna come in, but since it is a 3D rendering of that image, I want it to have structure. So I may have jumped the gun a little bit here. So we kind of want that snake be kind of coiled over. This part should be sticking above everything, and this will be lower. But what I kind of might want to do here is have a body underneath it that's raised up. So I think we'll leave that there for now. Once that kind of settles itself down, we'll draw some lines in there around that, around this in the sketch feature, and make sure we can have an area that's raised for the snake, because the snake is kind of coiled over itself. Okay, so we can sketch in here, but if I go back to the picture, find my folder. Okay, there. We go to this picture. Hello, picture. Okay. This is above other things. This is, I would say, it's above that, but it's below the head. So the head part and the head part of the snake has to be out further. So this is, we'll go in here and we'll do a sketch, because we actually have to bring some of this anarchy part in too. So let's look at that. I'm going to finish that sketch. Let it settle in. It has settled in. I have to remember which sketch is which. Okay. Yeah, we have a little bit of this sketch. I wonder if I didn't. No. Ah. So that's why I did not mess with that one. So I think if you know what you're doing in this program, you could, there's probably a command that says stitch this sketch together, right? But what I have found is I just go to edit that sketch, right? And I'm going to draw a couple lines through here. And I can nail down where the problem is, and then these pieces can just be deleted. So we know it's not there. We know it's not there. Is it there? No. Is it there? Yes. So in this block of the sketch, there's a problem. So now I can go through with another line, and we know it's between here and here, right? We'll overlap that a little bit. Come back here. Come back here. Okay. That's good. That's good. So we know that's down in this little area. Could be right there. Usually if you just get a point, that might just be that. No. So the easiest thing again is to put another line. I know this from experience. Alright, so we are still at the bottom part. This way. I want to make another line. Come on. Clicky, click. Right, go like that. And do that. Click OK. We know it's in that section. So it is most likely right there. And it's really hard to figure that out when you're just looking. So basically what I'll do is I'll just take a line, click it there, and connect it up to there. Say OK. And it's fixed. Go back to the top. Just spend a few minutes deleting those lines. Not minutes. Probably not even minutes, to tell you the truth. But if you were to try to... Nope, 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 nope. Search those lines. Wouldn't be fun. Come on. Hope I'm not deleting something I don't want to delete. Okay. I just want those lines to be gone. Usually if I do the design work, I don't always stream when I'm doing it. So I'm thinking if I put that out, let's do it the same amount as the other part of the snake. Come on, not that big of an area. It's not that big an area. It's supposed to be excessively hot here today. I don't know what that means. And I don't really have anything I can truly do on my blazer. But I do have plenty of shop work to do today. I'd like to get some of these designs done on these two projects. There. Yeah, and then it did do that, so that's good. I'll possibly put it further out, but right now I'm not going to. I will, but not right now. So we'll go back to this sketch and edit this sketch. And again, we want that area to be higher. And you can use the line mode tool or the spline tool. So something like this, I use the spline tool. I just kind of get in here. I pretend I'm designing a really fancy thing. Okay, we're gonna stop it right there. Okay. Gives us an opportunity to adjust that. Be careful with the spline. Okay. Let that line be there. Okay. Now if I want to adjust that, I have all these nodes. But I think splines are quite complex. So I'm using an engineering tool to do art. It works well. Like this one, I need it to go out a different way. Like that. Like that. And I'll click on that, we'll do some more. Hello, Mr. Spline Tool, I would like to use you again. Have to zoom out so we don't... Alright, what does a snake look like? What's a snake look like? Yeah, there's going to be the A part back there. We have to leave some at least I do, to leave some room here. Obviously these can be adjusted. We'll have to kind of go here, I think. Go back into here. And then come back out like this. And gonna cut right in there. The more individual lines you use, the more you can adjust it. It gets a little wanky as you get further out like that. So we'll save this. So we just use control points. Make sure we save it again. Save, 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 save. Always save your work. Bring that curve radius in. It says okay. I think I can take that and drag it. Yes. So before we actually start, before I start machining this, I'll do even more adjustments on that. Because there's areas like this I want to put a point there. We don't want to put a point there. That's go back into here. And there we are. There. Now we got a couple interesting things to do here. I could take this whole surface and extrude it, and then put this, and then extrude the stake parts. What I most likely will do here is I'm going to subtract. I'm going to edit this sketch. So I'm going to go in here. A lot of this sketch, but we have to make sure we don't. Okay. I don't want to do all that. Kind of needed all that there. What I can do . Debating on how I want to do this. Okay. I think I do. It'll be a little bit more tedious than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. I have to delete all those lines. I'll be right back. Lots of noise going on. Just select those lines, delete them, bring in, do another swap. We'll extrude the bigger part, and then go from there. Ooh, select free forearm. We'll do free forearm so we can Come here. Delete. Delete. Come on. Yeah, when you start messing with bigger parts like this, it takes time. It takes time. Loop it right around there. See if we can get more. No. The other part. And yeah, I did it this way because I need this sketch, the base sketch, to be before the snake extrusion thing. If you look down on the timeline down here, this extrusion, which is kind of suppressed right now, will eventually, I'll take that out and incorporate it into the main extrusion there. And for our purposes right now, I wanted it to be visible, but it's not. And maybe we'll do a quick thing on how to make that visible there. This is actually, we could probably move that around over there. Okay. Let's give it a save. Always save. Important. Hopefully it actually select that node. Okay, I did. Well, let's put a line back there. We're still on freeform. Back along there. Huh? I think that all got it. Well, the thing about signing stuff like this is you never know if it's actually going to be what someone wants. That's why we have to do our design and say, do you like it? Well, apparently on this part, 2 lines, we got nothing there. Gotta get the nodes, you know. You around there. Be interesting when they do those teeth areas. The smaller the details, the harder, not harder, but start machining some of that. Not too bad. That's why this piece might be like a 3D carve instead of a cut. We're almost done with this part. And we missed the line. There. Give it a save so we're good to go. To get some work done, I'm afraid I'll be distracted coming soon. Alright, finish that sketch. Look over at that picture. So there's some parts, this will be the stone, and this area is kind of black, and it's hard to define how you're gonna carve that for sure. So like this area, once it's in the wood, we'll make that lower, kind of like this area too, and there's a little pocket here. We'll make that a pocket. It's a pocket. So let's extrude that. I'm gonna go 0.2. And where'd you go? Apparently not. Press pull, right? 0.2. There we go. Maybe it should be a little bit more because that snake's body is a bit maybe bigger. So let's go 0.3. There. Now we'll take that sketch out of there. Now we can create a sketch on that plane. Each time you level out that, becomes a plane, I guess you could say. The plane. Just flip that over, move that there. I have to figure out how to change the gimbal location. Sure, we're not going to overlap anything. We'll adjust that sketch there. I'd like to be able to see that better. That's pretty good. For our purposes at this point in time, I think that's pretty good. Right on the edge for some of those, but that's okay. lot of that could be fixed. Gonna save. Save. Now all those areas are flat. I think I would bring this sure hope that's gonna be nice. Do another 100,000 on that. Like blending areas are going to be fun stuff. I like that sketch. Do have the laser running with some custom ornaments on it. We gotta check it out. Right, hit one. Almost lunchtime, but there's nobody around today. Well, actually there are. I don't know about here. How we want to do that? Probably a multiple. The eye has to kind of be around. Getting it to a computerized model. Good point. Look at that. Getting there. We met a couple little guys. Now I think I can convert this to a mesh also, and then I could manipulate it in different ways. I have to look at that. I've really done that. A lot of time projects are you can purchase STL files. Ooh, someone made that too big. Bet you I made that an inch. Yeah. No fun when you make it really big. Right. Where's our picture? Oh, click on the right place. Ah. Excuse me. So, getting there. These areas are good. Now there's scales. And they're drawn in here in a really nice way to show the lines create the shadow, but when we do the engraving, well, when we do the 3D modeling, the 3D cut, not really gonna get some of that. Those blacks are out shadows. Oh, we could, but oh, let's see. We'll start here, and that's a good start. Let's see how that works. That's good. We'll call that the stream. We got that one as that one. Okay. Close that out. And then we'll resave the name. I'll do that off stream. Figure out my best thing there. Open up the snake one. Some nice designs and decent artwork supplied, so I can do this. And I have to do the same thing on this one. Done that. We did that one there. Playing around with that radius on there, but I don't think it really works. For this design, it's pretty good. There's some areas I have to work on there. Kind of where this ink lines and all that are changes how I do it. I did the base layer is like all this black area, so that's the start of it. For each one of these, I have to the second layer is more or less the skull. I have to get these other features into there, like the teeth have to be in there. So there's a possibility I have to like model each piece and then bring it into there. It's like some of the axe. I can just do a line and make that, but I'd like to actually make it like an axe. So, same thing with the snake. Get some texture and shape to it. But I have to try and export part of it into a mesh, make it into a mesh, and see if I can pull and manipulate each one of those. Once I get to that, then I'll see if I can do it on stream. I am going to start with the basic. Same thing with this one as I did with the snake. Just layers based on the lines, and then see what I can manipulate from there. But if you were that's kind of the plan there. But now I need to check on the old laser, run some more parts, and if you enjoyed this, give it a smash a like and stuff like that. So, not a professional streamer, I just use it sometimes to keep myself sane. So, appreciate you stopping by. Hope you have a good day. Fade.